A fired human nurse defies orders and saves a dying dragon-like creature, only to wake up the next day with 4 massive starships hovering outside her door. What begins as an act of compassion turns into a galaxy-wide chase, a buried truth, and a race against time to unlock an ancient power that could change the universe forever. If you like the channel, then please subscribe to the channel and like the video and tell us where are you watching from now. Let's jump into the story. Neera Rowan had never seen the medical bay this quiet, not even during off hours. Did it feel this still? Her boots echoed on the white floor as she walked past the empty beds. Screens hummed softly. The automated lights flickered every few seconds. Adjusting to her movement. Today was her last shift, not because of retirement, not because she was transferring, but because she had been fired. Her crime was simple. She saved someone she was not supposed to. 2 days ago, a refugee child from a non-allied planet collapsed at her station. Nira stabilized him. Kept him breathing. Reported the incident and was removed from duty within the hour. Central Command called it a breach of protocol. They called it unauthorized. Treatment. Nira called it compassion. Her locker was almost empty. Now. Just a small medkit and a photo of her younger brother back on Earth. As she reached to close the locker, a soft beep sounded from the hallway. One of the scanners had triggered. Her heart skipped. The medical wing was supposed to be empty. She stepped back into the main hallway. A faint, low growl echoed from room 11. Nira hesitated. Room 11 was a restricted quarantine chamber. No one had been assigned there for weeks. She tapped the control panel. The lock was disengaged. Her voice was steady. Open door 11. The door slid open. Inside, lying on the floor, was a creature she had never seen before. Its scales shimmered gold and green under the dim light. Long, slender wings twitched with pain. A sharp tail curled tightly against its body. Its eyes met hers. They were intelligent, not wild, not hostile, just tired. Wounded, dying. Nira stepped inside slowly. No alarms. No security warnings. No log entries showed this being was even here. You're not supposed to be here, she whispered. The creature blinked once. Its breath rattled. Nira single quotes as instincts kicked in. She grabbed a scanner. The readings came back, unstable. Its vital signs were crashing. Plasma levels low. Neural activity flickering. She looked at the med cabinet. Her hand hovered over the biorestriction scanner. Technically, she had no clearance now. She placed her hand on the panel anyway. Access denied. Nira gritted her teeth. She opened her personal medkit and pulled out an energy stabilizer. Not designed for this kind of anatomy. But maybe enough to buy time. You better not explode, she muttered, injecting the serum into the creature's side. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the body tensed. The glow along its spine flickered to life. A low hum filled the room. The creature opened its mouth, but didn't roar. Instead, it spoke, barely a whisper. They're coming. Neera froze. Who's coming? The creature's eyes dimmed again. Its breathing slowed, but it was stable. For now. Before she could react, the hallway lights turned red. A siren rang out across the station. She ran to the console. An alert flashed on screen. Unauthorized fleet entering orbit. 4 ships. Large. Unregistered. The medbay comm system buzzed. Medical bay. This is security. Stand down and prepare for inspection. Neera didn't respond. Instead, she looked back at the creature. It was watching her. Calm. Quiet. Not afraid. She opened the nearest supply drawer and grabbed a neural patch and tissue regenerator. If someone was coming for it, they weren't here for T. They were here to take or destroy. and she wasn't going to let that happen, even if this was no longer her job. Even if she was alone. The door opened behind her. Two soldiers in white armor entered, weapons lowered but ready. They stopped at the sight of the creature. "Step away, citizen," the lead one ordered. "NIR, A didn't move. This being is in critical condition," she said firmly. "By central law, it's not listed under any protected category," the soldier replied. "That means it's property. And it will be secured. Not while it's alive and conscious," she said. The second soldier raised his weapon slightly. "Stand down, Miss Rowan." Her fingers tapped the control pad on the nearby console. Emergency lockdown engaged. A blast shield dropped behind. The soldiers sealing the room. "Oops," she said flatly. "Looks like I'm still on my last shift." The creature behind her stirred again. The lights in the room flickered. The soldiers looked nervous. "What is this thing?" One of them whispered. NIRA looked at the creature, and then at the soldiers. "I don't know yet," she said. "But you might want to find out fast." As the sirens echoed louder, and the sound of ships docking vibrated through the floor, Nira realized this was no accident. Whatever this being was, whoever was coming for it, this was just the beginning. And she was no longer just a nurse. She was the only one standing in the way, and she would not step aside. Not this time. Not again. The alarms didn't stop. They kept pulsing through the deck, like a heartbeat gone wrong. Red lights flashed overhead. The walls vibrated with tension. NIRA. Rowan stood her ground in the locked medical room. 2 soldiers stared at her from behind their visors. Both were armed. Both looked unsure. And behind her, the dragon-like creature breathed in slow, steady bursts. Alive. But not safe. "You don't understand what you're dealing with," Nira said. The lead soldier stepped forward. "We don't need to understand. Command has given orders. The target must be secured. The target has a name," she said. The creature's eyes opened slightly. They glowed brighter than before. The soldier raised his voice. "Step away now, or we will remove you by force." Nira didn't move. "Then do it. But you'll be explaining to command why a registered medic was injured while saving a patient." That gave them pause. The other soldier tapped his wrist communicator. "Requesting backup to medical bay. We have resistance." Outside, the station shook. A low rumble passed through the floor. NIRA felt it in her bones. She checked the nearest console. "Unknown fleet has entered lower orbit. 4 vessels. Unidentified signature." The lead soldier glanced at the display. "They're here already?" Nira's voice was calm. "He told me they were coming." "Who?" She pointed to the creature. "He did, before he lost consciousness." "That thing can talk?" "Yes, and more than that, he knew what was coming. He's not the threat. They are." The door behind them hissed open again. A new figure stepped inside. Tall. Clean. Uniform. Gray stripes on the shoulders. A commander. "Enough," he said. His voice was sharp, but not cruel. "Stand down, both of you." The soldiers lowered their weapons. NIRA stepped between them and the creature. "Who are you?" "Commander Zane Holt. I'm in charge of this sector now. Congratulations. Your fleet's about to get flattened." He ignored her sarcasm. "You've interfered with a classified operation, and you're treating a creature tied to a hostile tech incident. He's a patient, and he's alive because of me. He shouldn't be." Nira stared at him. "Say that again." "He is a security breach, a bioweapon, and a piece of stolen property. He's conscious, intelligent, and clearly more than just property." Holt stepped closer. "I don't have time for philosophy, nurse. 4 ships are heading straight for us. And unless you want this station torn apart, you'll help me secure that creature." "What do they want from him?" Holt hesitated and said, "They want him back, or they'll take him by force." Nira turned to the creature. "Can you hear me?" The eyes opened again, brighter this time. "Yes," came the reply. "Weak but steady." "Why are they after you?" The creature blinked slowly. "Because I left. Because I was made to serve. And I refused." Holt's jaw tightened. "He's a rogue weapon. A failed prototype. They want to erase him before anyone finds out he still works." Nira's voice was firm. "You're talking about him like he's a broken machine. He's breathing, talking, thinking. We don't destroy life for having thoughts." Holt looked at her. "You think this is about ethics? It's about survival." Another tremor shook the floor. The console beeped again. 3 minutes to breach. Holt tapped his communicator. "Prepare defensive formation. Secure all data cores. We may have to abandon Deck 4. Nira turned back to the creature. "Can you move?" "Barely." "Then, let's try." She reached under his arm. He winced. His skin pulsed with glowing blue light. Holt blocked her. "You're not taking him." "Try and stop me." The creature growled. The walls flickered. Consoles sparked. Lights dimmed. Holt looked around. "What's happening?" "He's doing it," Nira said. "How?" "He's connected to the station." Holt stepped back. "This is a containment risk," Nira nodded. "Then maybe don't try containing him." The blast door opened. A loud crash came from the hallway. 2 more soldiers ran in. "Commander, the enemy ships are sending boarding pods." Holt turned to them. "Fall. Back to evac bay. Get the civilians out." Nira tightened her grip on the creature. "He needs to get to medical evac." Holt pointed. "It's your risk. You get him there. He's your responsibility." "He always was." They moved fast. Sirens howled louder now. The station was under attack. As they reached the evac corridor, another blast rocked the wall. Sparks flew. Nira ducked, shielding the creature. Holt covered the rear. A fire suppression drone whirled past. Them. Dash, her old medical assistant. It buzzed. "You sure know how to leave a job with a bang. Still running your mouth, Dash?" "Only when the station's falling apart." They reached the launch bay. A single evac pod remained. Nira helped the creature inside. Holt followed. "Where are we headed?" Nira looked at the map. "Nearest safe zone." "Oh, what's left of it?" The pod launched into space. Outside, the 4 massive starships began their descent. Inside, a former nurse, a rogue commander, a living weapon, and a sarcastic drone prepared for what came next. The storm had begun, and they were right in the middle of it. The evac pod shot through space like a bullet fired into the unknown. Inside, Nira Rowan held tight to the straps across her chest. Opposite her, the dragon-like creature breathed heavily, glowing veins pulsing along its sides. Commander Zane Holt sat at the control panel, eyes scanning a broken map of escape routes. The small hovering medical drone floated between them, beeping every few seconds. "We're not going to make it far in this tin can," Dash muttered. "Then we make it count," Nira replied. The screen showed enemy ships closing in. Large, fast, silent. Their engines didn't roar. They whispered like knives through water. Holt growled under his breath. "These aren't pirates. They're professional. Military grade." Nira looked at the creature. "Can you tell us anything about them?" "They were built to track me," he said softly. "Who built them?" "The sovereign minds. Creators of the Bioforge. They designed me, then feared me. Now they want me." "Erased," Holt glanced over. "How long until they find us again?" "Minutes," the creature answered. "Then we need cover," Nira said. Holt typed a few commands into the panel. "There's only one place nearby that isn't charted. A dead zone. The Veil sector." Dash beeped louder. You? Mean the place where ships go in, but don't come out? That's the one, Holt said. And I took a breath. Do it. Holt hesitated. You sure? If we go in, there may be no turning back. Nira looked at the creature. He was watching her. Calm. Waiting. He risked everything to run. We owe him a chance to rise. Holt nodded. Course set. The pod shifted hard. As it turned, stars blurred past the windows. In front of them. Darkness deepened. Not the usual kind of dark. This was thicker. The veil looked like a curtain made of shadows and static. As they approached, instruments began to flicker. Dash's voice changed tone. Sensors dropping. Gravity fluctuating. Time distortion rising. Holt gripped the panel. We're losing navigation. Stay on manual, Nira said. That's suicide, Holt replied. Then steer like your life depends on it, because it does. The pod pierced the edge of the veil. Instantly. Silence. No sound from the engines. No alerts from the screens. Only the hum of the creature's breathing. Holt checked his watch. It was spinning backward. Dash blinked rapidly. Okay, this place is not just weird. It's broken. Nira looked outside. Shapes floated in the distance. Not ships. Structures. Towers. Ruins. Are those cities? Holt leaned forward. They don't match any known design. The creature lifted its head. This is where they tested us. Long ago. Before they erased the records, Nira's voice softened. You were made here? Not made. Awakened. A faint light pulsed through the pod. The screens turned on. A symbol appeared. In ancient language. The creature stared. That is a call. A signal only we can follow. Holt frowned. You said we. Are there more like you? There were. Maybe still are. Scattered. Sleeping. Hiding. Nira stood. Can we reach them? Not unless we go deeper. Holt shook his head. If we go deeper, we may not come back. We're not here to go back, Nira said. We're here to move forward. The creature extended a claw. He pressed it against the screen. A new path opened. A line of light. A route through the darkness. Dash hovered near it. I swear, if that takes us to another haunted lab, I'm shutting myself down. Holt activated this engines, following the path. Hope this thing knows what it's doing. As the pod moved through the veil, the crew felt time slow. Nira blinked and saw two versions of herself. One scared. One strong. She focused on the strong one. Chose to be her. Holt saw battles from his past. Orders he gave that cost lives. Regrets. He didn't look away. He faced them. The creature saw a memory. A room of bright light. Scientists watching. Pain. An escape. Then hope. The veil tested them, but they did not break. On the other side, a gate appeared. Massive. Carved with light. It opened without a sound. Inside, hundreds of small signals blinked, each one pulsing like a heartbeat. Nira gasped. Are those ... life forms? The creature smiled weakly. Yes. Waiting for someone to find them. Holt stared in disbelief. You are never alone. None of us are. Not if we choose to rise. Nira touched the console. Then let's wake them up. The pod moved forward into the light. Outside, the enemy ships still. Searched. But they were already too late. Because deep in the forgotten dark, something new had begun. Not a weapon. Not a war. A return. A rise. And it had only just started. The pod entered the gate. Noise vanished. No alarms. No engine hum. Just silence. Outside. The windows. A new world unfolded. It was not space. Not sky. But something in between. Giant structures floated in the void. Shaped like spires. Glowing with ancient light. Symbols moved across their surfaces. Alive and shifting. Nira Rowan leaned forward, eyes wide. What is this place? The dragon-like creature answered softly. This is the origin, where we were made, where the first minds learned to shape life. Holt stood behind her, his voice low. And now they want it all buried. The pod slowed as it approached a massive central tower. The signals from the sleeping life forms pulsed stronger. NIRA turned to the creature. Can you wake them? Not alone, he said. Then we'll help you, she replied. The pod docked with the tower. A soft light scanned them as they stepped out. The air felt warm. Like memory. The floor lit up beneath their feet. Dash hovered cautiously. I don't like walking on things that glow. They usually explode. Holt looked around. Stay alert. We don't know who or what might be watching. A doorway opened ahead. NIRA took the lead. Inside. The room was vast. At its center, a crystal structure hovered above the floor. Inside it, something pulsed. Like a heart. The creature approached slowly. This is the beacon. It holds the network, the memories, the truth. Nira touched the base of the crystal. A wave of light surged through the chamber. Holograms lit the air. Scenes from long ago. Scientists building creatures. Training them. Then fearing them. Then trying to destroy them. They made you all with hope, Nira whispered, but they let fear win. Holt stepped into the light. He saw images of commanders like him, officers making decisions. Wiping records, ordering silence. They erased everything, he said. No one was supposed to know. The creature closed its eyes. But I remembered. And now you do too. The beacon shifted. A deep voice spoke. Identify intent. Holt stepped forward. We are not enemies. We seek truth. We seek peace. The beacon paused. Truth must be chosen. Peace must be earned. Offer code of purpose. Nira looked confused. What does that mean? The creature replied, it needs a reason, not just a command. It wants to know why we deserve to unlock the network. Holt took a breath. I spent my life following orders, most of them built on fear. But fear is not protection. It's a prison. I want to break it, Nira added her voice. I saved a life because it was right. I don't need more reason than that. The creature opened his eyes. I was built to serve, but I chose to live. Now I choose to lead. The beacon pulsed. Once. Then opened. A soft wind blew through the chamber. Light poured out in every direction. Signals responded across the horizon. The sleeping life forms woke. Hundreds of small beacons lit up. Beyond the gate. Holt watched the scanners in awe. They're everywhere, spread across systems, hidden for decades. Spun in circles. We just woke a whole army. A peaceful one, I hope, Nira smiled. Not an army, a family. The tower began to shift. Platforms rose. New ships emerged from the yaw. Structure, sleek and silent. The creature looked at them with recognition. They are waiting for commands, not to fight, but to connect, to rebuild. Holt stepped forward. You have a fleet. Not mine, the creature said. Ours, if we choose to guide it, Nira nodded. Then let's go back. Let's show them what they tried to bury can still rise. Holt opened a come line. This is Commander Zane Holt, transmitting from the Veil. We are not lost. We are not enemies. We are witnesses to the truth, and we are coming home. Outside the tower, the fleet powered up. One by one. Ships lifted into space. Clean, fast. Quiet. Nira took her seat beside the creature. Docked into the main system. So, new fleet. New. Mission? And no one knows we're coming? Exactly, Holt said. Perfect. Replied. The ship turned toward the stars. The veil behind them faded. The light ahead grew stronger. Not from weapons, that not from fire, but from purpose, from the decision to rise. Not run, to heal, not hide. And from three strangers who chose to change the story, one act of compassion had become a spark. The whole galaxy would feel the flame, and for the first time in a long time, there was hope, real hope, not written in orders, but written in light.